Neither my Mochili. One moment, please, while I just. Oh, God. I don't know what's going on with it. 1 second. Um, Sorry about that, Mochili. Not my Mochili. It's your favorite Jew, Olive. And they were going to be reading the Surya sorry, the Surya Satakam of Mayor Bhatta. It is a religious text written by the Vaishnavite poet, dedicated to the worship of Surya Deva, or the sun god of the Hindu pantheon. I do want to apologize for being late and a bunch of other things. My computer's slowing down due to a weird thing. It's just basically downloading something constantly due to a disk write error, and it makes my entire computer go slow, and I can't fix it at the moment. Hmm. I'm quite angry today, so I'm sorry if I get a bit anxious. This will be a quick read because everything is constantly breaking and I need to fix it as soon as I close this off and do some minor research. I hope that's not too much of a bother for everyone. Also, good evening, Queen. I hope you're doing well. I hope the mic's doing well. I tried a different thing with the mic now that I have a desk. Tell me if it's working or not. Oh, thanks, Queen. Well, I've grown a little. Soon I'll be able to have a decent height. Alright, without further ado. Hmm. Sorry. Without further ado, let us begin with the Surya Satakam. The early rays of the sun look red, as if they have resumed the thick streaks of vermilion. Coming out of the temple elephant of the killer of Jambar, or Indra, they also appear as if they are drenched by the mineral streams of the slopes of the Udayakala, carrying the luster of the blooming lotus that open up at their advent. They illuminate the whole world. May those rays bestow prosperity upon you. How does the audio sound, if anyone? Does it sound good or do I need to adjust? The rays of the... Yes, that is the computer. It was silent all day, but as soon as I started streaming, it decided it wanted to, like, be really loud. The rays of the sun open up the halls of lotuses as if to bring out Lakshmi, hidden inside the bud-like apartment. For those bending down in devotion, they drive away the fear of the world enveloped in darkness. May those rays, having the color of tender twigs, bring you happiness. Warm due to covering long distances without any break, the rays of the sun fall upon the innermost recesses of the lotuses, as well as pointed tops of the mountains. Looking alike at the daybreak and at the close of the day, they spread across 3 worlds at the same time. May those rays protect you all. Seeing people bereft of covering as darkness recedes, like an upper garment, the sun spreads its yarn-like rays. Coming together, those rays weave a gigantic cloth, whose skirts are the 10 quarters that gradually become clear. May those rays give you happiness. Making the moon lose its luster and the plants lose their freshness as if overwhelmed with sorrow, and warmly welcomed by the fire, born of the sunstone. The first appearance of the solar rays makes the stone of the mountain Meru reddish, as if being besmeared with the blood oozing from the cuts of the wings. May those rays remove all your unpleasantness. That's good. I was hoping the mic would sound better. The sun kills those who because of their numerous sins have bodies festered with wounds, nose, feet, and hands emaciated, and who emits long-drawn sighs and utter indistinct words. His rays vindicate the unbounded and unimpeded compassion, and are always worshipped by the Siddhas. May those rays ward off all your sins quickly. The rays of the sun dwarf the mild, dwarf at the outset and tall later on, like a Vamana, covering the entire sky and all the 10 quarters immediately by depriving Vali, the tormentor of gods, from earth, kept the world from darkness. May those rays which laugh at Hari Vamana, because of their loftiness, remove all your difficulties. When the horses raise their heads, the rays of the sun falling on them look like blood oozing from the wounds caused by the bit of the bridle in their mouths. Those rays, by their deep redness, enhance the splendor of Varuna. Falling on the peaks, they look like crowns of the mountain. They spread over the sky and grace the dark day. May such rays give you happiness. Making people happy by giving water or milk, which is extracted at appropriate time. The solar rays, like cows, get scattered in the forenoon, recede when the day comes to a close, and act like boats to ferry the pious people out of the ocean of distress. May those rays enhance your happiness. The rays of the sun, as if to get the lotuses, awaken the consciousness of the people. Open up the lotuses and remove the worldly fetters of those who with folded hands bend their heads in devotion. May those rays which fulfill the high ambitions, like like Kalpavriksha, destroy your sins incessantly, like Ketu. Pleasant in the early morning, and looking like streams of gold for the hard-pressured, the rays of the sun act like supporting staff during state fall. They also serve as lamps, obtain true knowledge, and are like paths to attain nirvana, or liberation. Acting like the stick of the chamberlain, indicate the way to yogi aspiring for salvation. May those rays protect you from sins. The rays of the morning sun in the east, looking like a... Oh, hello, Nave. Welcome to the stream. How are you? The rays of the morning sun in the east, looking like a beautiful crown on the peak of the mountain for a few moments, appear as if sprinkling Gorokana water profusely from the high altitude. I'm doing well. Well, not really, but well as I can be. And have been fervently looked at by the Chakravakas, waiting eagerly for sweet talk. May those tender rays of the sun fulfill all your desires. The rays are said to be a flash of light, 2 eyes, and a fifth element in the three worlds by four-headed Brahma. They assume various forms in the 6 seasons, appear new in the beginning of the day, cover the 8 quarters, and are praised by 7 heavenly seers. May those 10,000 rays of the sun confer happiness on you. As if exhausted of travelling the whole world again and again, getting thirsty thereby because of own heat, and turning hot as if by forest fire in summer, the rays of the sun suck the water of the earth. Becoming too sick with the excessive consumption, they vomit water in rains, and turn weak in autumn. May those rays of the sun remove always your worries. I'm just doing my ASMR. It'll be a short one today because I'm mad. I'm madge. The early graceful rays of the sun, looking tawny like newly sprouted beards on the lotus-eyed face of the day, create a scenic beauty as the Digbadhus cast their sweet glances upon them. May those 1,000 rays of the sun give you happiness. Lord Shiva, as if apprehending the loss of lustre of the moon upon his head, Brahma too fearing the closure of the newly blossomed lotus wherein he sits, and Lord Krishna, afraid of losing black color of his body, tried to propitiate the early morning sun. May that little appearance of the rays of the sun protect you. The solar rays make the sky wider, or 10 quarters larger. Oh, hello, Rafi. Yeah, I'm reading the Surya Satakam. It's one of the few Surya texts that are alive, actually. The Surya sect was one of the ancient Hindu sects, but they were destroyed, I don't know, during the Safavid invasion, I think, when the Sun Temple of Motam was destroyed. But yeah, no, I'm reading. How are you, Rafi? Am I late for you? Sorry. The solar rays make the sky wider, all the 10 quarters larger. Oceans dash against shores, and the earth, vast one, full of trees, cities, mountains, slopes, etc. They remove darkness and arouse the world along with lotuses. May those rays ward off all your evils. As a lamp burning steadily in a place removes darkness with its flame, so the rays of the sun remove darkness of night with brilliant rays, free from mortality and worries, whose rays traverse the three worlds regularly and appear new in the eastern quarters every day. May those rays bring happiness to you. Apprehending that the tender lotus creepers may lose their freshness, the rays do not enter the nether region. They do not deflect with the mountain of Loka Loka, fearing the splitting up of entire regions above. The sun contracts its long rays and gives light according to its sweet will. May those rays of the sun protect you. Sorry, that was gross. With darkness receding in the morning, the entire creation gets lightened. The snow covers the mountain slopes, and the moon retreats. The Sivas with folded hands bend in veneration, and the lilies are closed with the rising of the sun. May that graceful orb of the sun rising in the morning fulfill more than you desire. The luster of the sun does not snatch away but enhances the beauty of the lotuses. It does not replenish the beauty of the stars, rather affects it. The sun is not able to cause a twinkle even for a moment, but heralds the beginning of the day. May that effulgence of the sun, which is an extraordinary eye of the free world, burn all your sins. As if hankering after cool water, getting cooler due to the dewdrops of the night, the rays of the sun reach the earth in haste. They cover up the 10 quarters quickly, as if to awaken the lotus-like trunk tips of the Digajas, or the guardian elephants of the quarters, whose rays, traversing Vishnupada, the sky as if to surpass Vishnu, shine brightly after. May they ward off all your worries. Even the terrible storms that uproot mountains in Pralaya, or universal dissolution, are not able to flicker the flames of the solar lamp. That brilliant lamp produced by Patagana, sun, is not extinguished by the Patanyas, or insects, and keep away the collyrium-like darkness in the day. May the extraordinary lamp of the whole world give you happiness. The bright light of the sun, unaccustomed to associate with darkness, attends eminence, not only at the time of rising, but also in the inauspicious time of setting. It spreads over all the quarters and possesses commendable excellence. May that light fulfill all your desires. The light of the sun takes away the brilliance of the stars, moonlight, fire, and makes the eyes long for darkness. It appears like young Kartikeya, who hold Shakti, to kill powerful demon Taraka. Sorry. Imagine the peacock with crescent graced feathers attracts the attentions of Andhakari Shiva. May that light bestow prosperity upon you. The ray of the sun in early morning unveiled like the brush of an artist the beautiful picture of the world, interwoven with white, black, reddish brown, and red colors on account of the remaining moonlight, ink-like darkness, pollens of half-open lotuses, and early appearance of the dawn. May the splendor of our sun please your eyes. The early rays of the sun are looked at anxiously by the people in amazement as to whether they are the paths of the Sumeru, studded with dust and of emerald soul, or the golden banner of the chariot, or moving kamaras of manjista color on the heads of the horses in front. May those rays remove all your sins. The first appearance of the sun removes the darkness, is not severe, and does not reveal its entire splendor. In spite of putting an end to night, it does not exhibit the entire glory of the day. It covers all directions, sky, and other space. May that first appearance of the sun not desist from fulfilling all your desires. The ray of the sun, though too hot, is the cause of permanent peace. It is vast but very small, visible but beyond comprehension, near but far off, transient but eternal. Well known, but very few yogis comprehend its true nature. May that ray of the sun, with its double nature, internal and external, save you all. Gems put in appropriate places enhance beauty. Fire burns wood, moon gives pleasure for her cooling nature. But the beam of the sun discharges all those activities more effectively. It is an ornament of the free world. It burns the sins and gives immediate pleasure by causing rains. May that sort of light with its multifold actions protect you. The early rays of the morning sun, like antidotes, awaken the world fallen asleep with eyes closed, sense of hearing gone, taste lost, smell impaired, mind defunct, limbs loosened, and only the throbbings of the heart remaining, as if bitten by the time-like snake. May those rays remove all your misfortune. As fresh Siddhayana delirium dries up the tears, removes gradually the redness as well as other defects of the eye, and gives clear vision, so the early rays of the sun remove nocturnal dewdrops resembling tears, shed gradually their redness, leave contact with night, and give clear vision to the free world. May those rays of the sun appearing in the east remove all your evils. Bursting forth beautifully in the eastern sky with red color and making lotuses bloom, the rays of the sun cause loss of moonlight, act like an ornament and enhance the beauty of the free worlds. May that glorious and roving light of the sun bring you prosperity. A knight-like maiden desiring to make a new world-like garden waters the peak-like basin Alavala of Udayagiri, a moon-like pitcher. From that west basin bursts forth a solar ray like a sprout of the day tree. May that ray emerging like a new shoot give you happiness. Sorry, my mouth is suddenly filled with phlegm for no reason. The rays of the sun remove the darkness like submarine fire consuming water of the ocean, wherein the shining corals look like the luster of Varuna. Gems emitting beams look as flickering stars, and make the interior more vicious, and where form internal darkness is not removed. May those well-known and wonderful rays of the sun burn all your sins. The Gandharvas, playing on 4 types of musical instruments, Atoda, sing of the solar rays in sweet prose and poetry. Narada and other sages, well versed in the Vedas, praise them vividly. the universe coming in contact with them regains its youth. May those rays that spread all over the sky remove all your evils. When the moonstones become dry, stars turn dim, darkness goes away, medical plants lose their luster, and the moonlight disappears. The immediate approach of the morning sun, hidden behind the slopes of Udayagiri, is then inferred. May that approach of the sun protect you. The rays of the sun appear on the peaks of Udayagiri simultaneously with friend-like pollen of lotuses. They turn the leaves of the forest red and make them look like regaining their youth. Leaving the caves, they touch slightly downwards. May those rays fulfill your desire. The rays of the sun appearing in the east lighten first the eastern mountain, then the sky, and later on the quarters. They enhance the beauty of water by opening up the lotuses, but do not make it hot. 1 second. Okay, I'm still streaming. I was just wondering there was a glitch. Because Rafi never responded to me. But do not make it hot. Help the eyes to see clearly without reducing their powers. May those praiseworthy rays of the sun remove all your sins. Vakaspati, other Acharyas of Indra, and the four mouths of Virahamchi, well versed in reciting the mantras of the four Vedic hymns, fail in spite of their sincere efforts to depict the inscrutable and pious deeds of the sun. May the rays of the sun appearing in the east endow you with everlasting prosperity. The splendor seen in the minerals of the peaks of the mountain, in the new leaves of the trees, in corals of oceans, in the fresh vermilion on the heads of the Digajas, and in the gold of divine mountain Meru at the skirt of the sky, is only the outcome of purple-red rays of the sun. May that abode of all splendor make you happy. When the darkness like Kalakutta is drunk, the Parijata tree with its tender leaves become visible. Moon reaches the crest of Astadrisa. The beauty of the morning sun emerges in the east. It looks like Lakshmi dressed in reddish yellow cloth. 1 second. I'm gonna hear a beep. Sorry. Seated on the blooming lotus and lovingly watched by yellow-robed Hari, may that solar beauty bring you prosperity. Shri emerging from the sun spreads all over the three worlds. She is different from the goddess Shri, for ocean is not her place of origin, nor Kaustuva and others are her relatives. Neither she holds the lotus in her hand, nor resides in the bosom of the killer of Naraka. May Shri bless you. The horses of the sun ignore the wind as lame and surpass him in swiftness. They leap over the fields of gold lightly without pounding them. The fire produced from the plains of sunstones indicate their path, with no other sign left behind. May the horses protect the world. The horses remaining close to the sun are scorched on their backs. They pant heavily for exertion of traversing 3 worlds in a day, and thereby getting thirsty. So they bend their necks for water or swaganja flowing nearby. May those horses hasten in removing your evils. The horses' mistaken reflections on crystal stones, as other horses by their side, gallop on with tremendous speed, on ruby plains believing the approach of the evening, even though the day still remains. They run slow and troubled thereby the charioteer. Their reflections are not seen on plains of green emeralds due to the similarity of color. Afterwards they regain their normal speeds on the peaks of Sumeru. May those horses protect you. The row of the horses of the sun like another Yamuna. with swollen foam and heightened greenness, led by the elder brother of the vanquisher serpent, playfully moves on and outpaces Swangarja by the speed of the chariot. May that row of horses remove your difficulties. The horses of the sun make the charioteer angry for this slow pace, as they glance, bending their heads at the bashful Canaries, standing at the entrance of the caves near the powerful Sumeru, at the time of the prayers by the gods. May the neigh of those horses ward off all your sins. Like green-colored parrots perched on the tree tops of the beautiful peaks of the Golden Mountain, flying with flapping their wings in the sky, the horses of the sun, smeared with blood oozing out of their wounds, made by bits of brittle in their mouth, gallop on, separating the clouds, resembling wings on both sides. May those horses bless you. The charioteer of the sun performs the role of a stage manager, or Sutradarya, removes the night scene, throws a star-like flower on the stage, unveils the beautiful scenes, and introduces a nice play of 4 acts resembling 4 yamas of the day. On the topic of the great wandering of the world, may the charioteer save you. Though equal in seniority, Anuru wins over the empty enemy of the snakes, as he is the chief driver of Harry's horses, whereas the latter is used as a draught animal by Harry. The former looks all equally, without being partial, but the latter moves with Paksapata. May that Anuru, the permanent abode of luster, unlooker of all actions, rising afresh, remove all your sins. As the man bitten by the cold burns fire sitting facing to it, his back towards the sun, so the charioteer of the Sahasranshu, as if shivering after drinking lunar rays, that shower dewdrops illuminates the kasvas, keeping the sun at his back. May that charioteer bless you with the 4 essentials. Both the sun and Aruna set free the Ramsmis in the beginning and withdraw them at the close of day independently. Their valor is known from Stotra and Totra. The sun tries always to go across the sky, while Aruna hastens the speed of the horses to go across the sky. Both make a Divyath Ipita party, much inferior due to the favorable course of time. Thus, having been pleased, the sun has elevated Aruna to his equal status. May that Aruna protect you all. The control of the horses of the supreme source of energy appear as a sharp-edged axe of the night creeper, and as a flame of fire, visible in the darkness forest. He stretches his hand upwards to grab the first of the planet lilies of the east. He looks like a demarcating line between earth and the sky. He appears as a Vidata in awakening the universe. May he remove all your difficulties. As the eastern wind comes before the rains, smoke before fire, the first one, before the creation of the universe, the holy Omkar before the Vedas, and the melodious sound of the drum made by Nandi before the evening of the dance of Shiva, Aruna sits before the sun in the chariot. May he confer happiness upon you. When the sun remains in the middle of the shining golden region of Meru, the lord of the mountains, Kalukalas, and the horses of the chariot resemble emerald stones. Aruna, looking like a ruby, is an exquisite beauty. May that Aruna, the elder brother of Garuda, remove all your vices. As a chief guide of an emperor holding a cane remains at the entrance of the 7 halls, drives other people away and guides the rulers to their seats in the halls, so Aruna, the charioteer of the sun, who remains busy in providing sustenance to the 3 worlds, sits in front of the chariot with cane-like reins in his hands. drives away the darkness, controls the 7 horses, and shows first the great mountains. May Aruna save you all. The precursor of the sun says, O Indra, your eyes are wide open like lotuses. O fire, do not look bright any more after rising of the sun. O Yama, pay obeisance to your father and drive the buffalo away from the horses. O Rakshasas, you are closely watched. O Prasitas, sprinkle water on the horses. O Pavana, enhance your speed. O Vatava, your cases have been reported. O Shiva, I bow down before you. May he who talks thus to the guardians of each port of the sky protect you. The sun who does not depend on other for the welfare of the world says, O Aruna, do not accept the news from Varuna to use as it has rain. Do not hanker after the wheel of Krishna, as my chariot does not need more wheels. Do not aspire for the horse of the Uchchavrasvas of Indra, the killer of Vitra, to yoke as 8th one. May that Aruna protect you. As a traveler afflicted by the scorching heat, actually, do I have my background music on? No, okay. Sorry. As a traveler afflicted with scorching heat takes rest under a shady tree of the sun, and then proceeds further, so Aruna is sitting ahead of the sun, takes result of the horses of green emerald color. Resembling a range of trees, he does not feel tired or thirsty. Without deviating from his goal, he moves across the 3 worlds. May that Aruna, the forerunner of the sun, destroy all your evils. The horses of Pushan are disgusted at their hooves get buried in the sand of Zvaganja. They jump over the caves, slip off the slopes on the golden peaks of Sumeru, as they do not move ahead on the emerald plains, mistaken as grassy field. Varuna hastens them with Humkra to make up the path. May that Aruna save you all. The horses stand on the tips of hooves on hind legs, lengthen their bodies, and push forward the clouds with their robust breaths and draw the chariot upwards in the early morning, resulting in the reverse pranama of Anuru, with head bending backwards. The chariot did not produce then any sound due to non-contact with land. The chariot of the sun, coming back to a normal position in the path of the sky in forenoon, may bless you with good fortune. The chariot glorified and made heavier by the sitting of the 1,000-ray sun, who is expert in demolishing the darkness, changes its course from one sphere of Maruts to another, as if they were tired and unable to carry the load. May that chariot remove all your vices. The solar chariot, like Garuda, pleases Anuru with its high speed, looks beautiful while passing through big clouds, floating on both sides like 2 wings, carries yokes fastened with ropes, looking like snakes in its front, as if to devour them, and moves according to the desires of Hari. May that chariot destroy all your sins immediately. The chariot of the sun is the lightest, for it covers the long path of the 3 worlds in a day. It is heavier also as it pounds to dust the peaks shining with particles of gemstones on the surface of Meru. It remains above all, but is seen below the peak of Astatri. Thus the chariot whose movement is beyond comprehension may protect you. The movement of the chariot of the Lord of the Day destroys the planets coming to the front with their shaft. It swings the moon with the wind of the banner, inflicts pain with wheel on Rahu, who pursues the intention of swallowing and stirs the water of the heavenly river with heavy sighs of tired horses. May that chariot moving far above in the sky give you happiness. The ladies of Sivas worshipping the chariot thrice in Trisandhya They tie the protection strings on the axle, attach the ribbons on the front portion of the yoke, offer incense in Gustamba, put flowers on the base of the yoke, and sprinkle the wheel with sandal paste. May that chariot of the sun ward all your worries. The one-line path of the chariot on Meru, whose sides are filled with golden sands, pounded by the hoofs of the horses, and look carved in due to the continuous pressure of moving wheel, appears as streams of heavenly Ganga, looking grey with sandy banks, exposed to the drying of water by heat. May that path remove your vices. The chariot of the sun leaves its impression in heaven as in earth. The line of heaven dwellers coming to offer prayers in its path. The powder of the stars pounded by swiftly moving wheels are its dust. The sound of the rims that fill the caves of Meru is the neighing of horses. May that chariot of the sun protect you. The important gods do not get even a chance to offer their prayers in spite of their best attempts. Cover the sky with their chariots and wait patiently. They decorate then the spokes of the wheels of the chariot with mandara flowers. The chariot of the sun, which runs fast in the sandy banks of Mandakini, and its flow on temple-like Mandara mountain, may bring you happiness. Vishnu, the holder of the discus, praises the wheel Hari, speaks highly of the Haris. Durjati eulogizes the end of the banner. Moon, the lord of the stars, commends the axle. Varuna glorifies Aruna. Kubera admires the front portion of the chariot. The other gods praise daily the speed out of devotion. That car of the sun which engaged for the welfare of the world may save you. As Mandar mountain, tied to its base by rope like Shesha, and pulled by Vali and Indra, moved the ocean, while Siddhas and Sasyas and other gods were offering prayer. So the chariot of the sun, around which a cloth is bound by the expert driver Aruna, and pulled by strong horses, moves in the sky, while Siddhas, Satyas, and other gods offer prayers. May that majestic chariot give you much wealth. The majestic orb of the sun is the prime cause of the day, is like collyrium that removes the darkness and nyctopia, is the door of those aspiring for salvation, is the repository of all light of the world, is the storehouse of rainwater, is the great drinking vessel of the earth. May that orb of the sun look to your welfare. The circle of the sun rises in the east in the morning, removes the benumbing darkness, and seems like a crown on the peak of the mountains. It appears as waves increasing on shore, looks like the sky filled with half-risen planets and stars, approaches like the onset of the spring, with distinctive feature of fresh sprouting that strikes the mind. May that circle put all your worries to an end. The most adorable orb of the sun decorates the entire creation in the morning. It has the color of the lotus and ruby. It invests the mountain with the brilliance of molten gold, and looks like the long filaments of the sky, like lily, resembling the color of the cluster of bees. It is the distinguishing mark of the time-like snake, and appears as a magnificent eye-crested jewel on the head of the day. May that orb protect you. Okay. Alright. Sorry. When the circle of the sun rises, the moon disappears like dewdrops. Who can then protect the stars? The air Shiva dazzles. The Kastuva jewel of Vishnu does not emit rays. The brightness of fire is concealed. Like darkness from the earth, it takes away the brightness from heaven. May that solar circle purify you. The circle of the sun appears first in the east, ascending upwards, and invests the east with glory. It shines brilliantly in the midday, spreading across brilliance. It heralds the arrival of the day. It is the life force of worlds. It creates the entire universe and rules it. May that solar circle give you liberation. The circle of the sun makes the seas look like deserts at the time of dissolution by drying up their waters. The mountains get heated, and they burst into small pieces, like sesame seeds producing cloud sound. Apprehending untimely destruction of the universe, the sun withdraws his full brightness and emits light only. May that circle of the sun give you pleasure. The grand circle of the sun, like lotus shining ruby color, beside the Patra, followed frequently by bee-like Rahu for gratification, emerges from the deep layer of the darkness mud in the tank of the heaven garden. May that solar circle do good to you. The circle of the sun is the eye of Shiva, the enemy of Daksha, which does not burn karma, but fulfills karma. Winds do not, I don't know how I can pronounce it. Winds do not fling it away, rather serve it. It acts like a boat to the ferry the saint in the ocean of the world. It moves all over the world without feeling fatigue. It removes the ignorance completely. Thus, though of contrasting nature, it is conducive to the welfare of all. May that circle of the sun save you. The Sivas pray according to their doctrines. The Vivudhas, God-wise people, follow the Sastras, the Puranas with flattering words, the Gandharvas with singing, the chief of the serpents repeatedly, the Yatudanas controlling their impulses, the Sahus offering arga, and the illustrious sages full of pleasure. People aspiring for salvation also pray him by meditation. Thus the sun whose uprising in the morning is praised by all may protect you. The sun moving around the golden mountains tests its gold in threefold manner, viz. By hearing it with bright waves, by cutting with pickaxe like hooves of continuously running horses, and by rubbing with moving the wheel of the chariot. May the sun save you. When the sun makes out of kindness its radiant rays mild, the Svaganga looks beautiful with blooming golden lotuses instead of getting dry. The beauty of Nandanodhyana, the vine garden, becomes enjoyable. Instead of being burnt, the golden peaks of Meru get immediately washed, instead of melting. May that sun protect you. The Ayama not only removes the darkness, but also washes the vices. It awakens the lotuses along with arousing consciousness of the devotees who pray at his feet. He is not only the harbinger of the day, but also the giver of liberation. Thus with one attempt he performs many activities in the universe. That Ayama save you. When the sun moves away to the other world, seeing all the 10 quarters dark, the animals, as if overwhelmed with sorrow, lie on the ground like a lump of clay, feel weak, pant heavily, then go to sleep apprehending their lives at stake. They then submit themselves to God. May that sun protect you. Though the sun moves fast in the world, still it is very firm in doing good acts. It dazzles the eyes of the people, but purifies their internal senses. It causes heat, but gives liberation to ascetics. May that sun, more mature than before, bring you prosperity. When the sun shines, the cycle of the seasons does not deviate its course. Plants never fail to bear fruits in time. Rains fall in due course. The gods are pleased with sacrifices, winds blow favorably, the stars shine brilliantly, the waters remain calm, the seas never transgress their limits, and the kings and mountains look after earth well. May that sun confer good fortunes upon you. When the sun looks after the three worlds, Lord Shiva holds his consort close to his body for fear of separation, and strolls in Kailasa mountains. Lord Vishnu, feeling very tired, sleeps in the ocean, and the great snake Sesha, without any pretext. Lord Brahma spends his days deeply immersed in meditation. May that sun save you. The circle of the sun, which emits rays from the sky of the earth, or arc, the rays that shine are samas. What's that subtle primeval being? In its middle is Yajus. One who is well versed in Vedic lore knows that the sun alone is the combination of the three Vedas and is identical with heaven and liberation. He is not subject to change. May that sun give you prosperity. The sun and all other gods like Indra are the sons of Aditi. They nourish this world. They have strength to inflict injuries upon the enemies of the dweller of heaven. But the sun alone is called Aditya. He is praised by the divine sages who are revered in the three worlds. May that sun give good fortune to you. The sun is the origin of light. By creating rains in his earth, he displays his watery form. He indicates his wind form as he purifies those who utter his name. He possesses fire form as he has the power to burn. He has Yajamana form as he gives desired objects. As he is hidden in the sky, he displays his sky form, and as he meets the moon on Amarvasya, he reveals both sun and moon forms. Thus the sun has 8 forms like Shiva. May he give good fortune to you. By touching the hordes of blooming lotuses of early morning, the foot of the sun looks beautiful. The son of Vinata leads him in the heaven out of devotion, forgetting his severe pain while going upwards. The sun moves about all over the world with his 7 horses. Thus the master of the day is praised profusely by the gods, like Murari, whose foot looks beautiful when massaged by goddess Lakshmi, rising early, and who is carried by the son of Vinata, forgetting severe pain, and who surpasses the 7 worlds quickly. May that sun protect you. The sun, the abode of light, like another Brahma, invests beauty in lotuses, creates water, brings to light the great height of mountains, and shines far above the 3 worlds with matchless brilliance. He also makes the fence of the 4 quarters bright with light, and Brahma with his brilliant faces 4 quarters. May that sun give you success. The sun makes visible the 10 quarters along with the mountains, sky, and earth, and the seas immediately. He reveals his 12 forms at the inauspicious time of dissolution. There is no other equal to him in the region of the gods ruled by Indra. The older brother of the eater of serpents is fully aware of his intention and controls accordingly the horses. May that brilliant sun give you happiness. When the sun goes away to look at other regions, sacred bathing places like lakes, rivers, tanks, and ponds full of lotuses turn useless. The ocean fails to ward off the fear of falling into inauspicious ditch like hell. Even waters of heavenly river Ganga become ineffective to wash away the sins of those who dip therein. May that sole source of the day do good to you. The 3 worlds relapse to their earliest stage of creation every night due to the departure of the sun. They plunge into deep sleep and become unknowable, inscrutable, and inconceivable, as if covered with mire of the nether region. May that sun whose appearance coincides with the onset of the process of creation protect you. The Astakala of this region is the Udayadri of Ava. The moonlit night here is a hot day there. Time and climate do not restrain the sun, but rather they are restrained by him. May the sun who is master of the day, and who utilizes his power for the benefit of the world, protect you. The sun appears on Udayagiri in the morning. He ascends His fierce race upwards overpowers the leading planets and the moon, and emits newly emerged rays to whitewash the earth full of divinities, cities, mountains, and stones. May that sun, chief of the planets, destroy all your sins. The propagator of the Sama Veda is called Vedanta. Navhuripu is Ajita. Durjati is Shankara. Mrityu is Kala. The master of Alaka is Danda. And the Yata Vedas is named as Patavaka. These names of gods are wantonly given like Ditha Davitha. The meanings denoted by these terms are truly applicable to the sun, who alone possesses all their qualities. May the sun protect you. Is the divine being a relative of the world, or a bosom friend, or the preceptor of the venerable one, or the eye that offers protection, or a lamp, or the teacher, or the father, or is the life force or strength? Thus the sun, who is not only clearly ascertained as to what he actually is, but benefits in all these roles, may fulfill your desires. These 100 shlokas have been composed by Sri Mayura out of devotion for the benefit of people. One who reads them with sincerity even once becomes free from all sins, gets health, excellent poetic talent, wisdom, incomparable strength, luster, long life, learning, prosperity, riches, and offspring, by the grace of the sun god in this world. And that is the Surya Satakam. I hope you all enjoyed it. I wonder if anyone's still here, actually. I don't really know. I don't mind. I hope all of you got a nice rest, or are going, those who wanted to rest have been soothed. I'm sorry if it was a bit messy. I was dealing with a lot of nonsense right before this happened, and I was quite stressed out. Alright, we'll be closing the stream without a raid, because I don't like to raid, because people like to come to my ASMRs to go to bed. And I wish everyone have a happy stream. I will be opening up Twitch to just make sure I close off at the right time. Until then, goodbye.
Sweet Malaysia. How much?